On the 26th of January, the Vintage Sports Car Club held driving tests at the famous Brooklands racetrack. Once a marvel of motorsport, the old racetrack in Weybridge is the spot where driving was transformed into a sport. Many major motoring events from the early 20th century were hosted at the track up until the Second World War, where the site was then used to build aircraft. Now, the track is a humble museum for cars, planes and everything in between. But just because the site is no longer used for British Grand Prix does not stop young vintage car enthusiasts from reviving the culture of pre-war automobiles. I spoke to Dan Yates, one of the drivers from the VSCC, to find out why keeping pre-war cars alive is relevant in a world becoming dominated by EVs and hybrid vehicles.
What makes it special to me? So it's one of my godfather's cars. He's got a large collection of sort of pre-war MGs, which I've always sort of grown up driving. He always used to enter the events here, and he no longer can. So I've entered on my 21st birthday. My godfather bought another J2, not this one, round to my house, and said, I've insured you on this, and this is yours to sort of drive for the next few years and live at home in the garage. So that's really what got me into it.
Why do you think it's important to keep cars like this alive in the modern day?
That's a good question. I personally love driving them. It's a feeling like nothing else. And I think the general public love them. I often take it down to the pub, and particularly the older generation will always sort of stop and smile, and brings back a lot of memories.
Despite the pouring rain, members from the VSCC carried on testing the capabilities of their old vehicles, displaying the resilience and proving just how able they really were. Ben Crawley and his daughter had more to say. What's the future of vintage sports car events and the preservation of these cars?
Well, before young people like my daughter Megan does it, I think the future's looking good. I mean, there's a lot of young people here today taking part more and more. They can see the fun and excitement in it. It is competitive in some areas, but it doesn't have to be. Just enjoy it, take part, everyone's willing to help each other, and swap stories and swap cars. It's a very friendly, great motorsport activity.